Alejandro. Alejandro.
Don't come out. Don't make a sound. Don't do anything. Go.
Put down the gun and don't move. Put it down!
Everything's...
Salinas, I got him! Don't...
We meet again, Doctor. "300 kilometers to come down here. It's a long way.
What do you want, Salinas? The war is over.
The winner decides when the war is over.
The war is over. That's it.
Not yours, Doctor. And not mine.
You better not touch me! You'll be caught and spend the rest of your life rotting in prison. Do you like the idea of growing old behind bars?
Do you? Jorge? Huh?
You're mad.
Maybe, yeah. You wanna say it again? We'd love to hear you talk about madmen, Doctor.
Go fuck yourself.
Do you know how many times I fired a shot in 4 years of war? Twice. I don't like to shoot. I don't like weapons. I never wanted to carry one. I fought my war sitting at my desk. Salinas the rat, you remember? Yeah? That's how your friends call me. And you know what happened? I screwed them. One by one. I deciphered their coded messages and I put my spies on them. And I screwed them. And it went like that for 4 years. But the truth is that I only fired twice. The first one was at night. I shot into the darkness at no one. The second one, it was the last day of the war. I shot my brother. We went into the hospital before the army arrived. You had fled. You saw which way the wind was blowing, so you took off your jailer shirts and ran. But you know what I remember most? You couldn't hear a complaint. Not a sound, Doctor, nothing. Absolute silence. You had reduced them to a state where they wanted to die. And I found my brother. Miguelito. Hey, can you hear me? That voice. That voice seemed to come from hell. I felt the bones of my brother's face. My own brother. Juan cannot ask a man to do such a thing. He couldn't ask it of me. I couldn't help it. I was still screaming. But as if from a distance. Look at me, Roca. Hey, I said look at me. In the whole war, I just fired twice. And I will shoot one time more. And this will be the last one.
I have nothing to do with it.
You had nothing to do with it?
I had nothing to do with
were
that
there.
hospital. I wasn't there.
What the fuck are you saying?
I swear it.
You were there. That was your hospital.
My hospital.
You were the doctor who was taking care of them.
I swear to you,
You
Selena.
brought them to kill them. Shut the fuck up. I want to
I
hear
never
you.
killed anybody.
I want to kill you. Stop.
Go away. Go away. Go away.
No.
Who the hell is he?
It's the sun.
What the hell do you mean?
It's the sun. The Roca's son.
There wasn't supposed to be anyone here. You said there wasn't anyone here!
Please.
Listen to me. Don't do anything stupid. Put that gun down. Okay.
Please. Please leave.
Now you know what sort of man your father is. Now you know that he is an assassin. Murdered dozens of people. Yeah, sometimes he poisoned them little by little with his medicine. Others he killed by cutting up their chest and nailing them to die. Your father was called the hyena. Did you know that? It was his friends who called him the hyena. And with laughter they said it. At the end, things were like that, boy. Now it's too late, even with a gun in your hand.
Don't, please. Leave him alone, please. Please.
Don't do anything stupid.
He's my father.
Make him stop. Make him stop, please. Make him stop.
Salinas, we have a boy. Where is the girl? Mira, Rocas has two sons. Boy's here. Where's the girl? Find the girl. Find girl.
What the hell do you do?
What the hell do you do? Please! It's enough. What the hell do you do? Easy, kid. Understand? This is still life. This is still life, man.
Good evening. I'd like to buy a ticket.
Have you been waiting a long time?
No. Why?
Nothing. Excuse me.
No. I want that one.
This one from here?
Yes.
It's a good number.
How do you know?
It's my job.
Listen, I was wondering if you would like to come and have a drink with me.
Me?
Yes.
I can't. I have to keep the kiosk open. I can't go now. I don't have anyone that I can't.
Come with me.
Please.
Come with me.
when people win the lottery, they can't keep a secret.
No?
The funny thing is that the first person they tell is a child. Maybe there's a moral to that. I have never been able to figure out what it is.
Some stories are meant to have a moral. That's why they exist. To say something profound. Some maybe are just stories.
I know who you are. And I know why you've come. Many years ago, you saw 3 men kill your father in cold blood. I'm the only one of those 3 who's still alive. You have come here to find me. Now you found me.
When I was a little girl, my name was Nina. But everything ended that day. The day my father and my brother were killed. I liked it. Nina. One day, a man named Ricardo Uribe came and took me with him. He was a pharmacist. He told everybody that I was his daughter. Everyone believed him. He kept me in the back of the pharmacy. At night, he would sit in the sofa and put my head on his lap. He'd tell me scary stories about the war. Then he would kiss me on the forehead and let me go to sleep. One winter evening, he went to the Riviera. At some point, there was only him and the Count of Torrelavit. Then they reached that point when gamblers lose all sight of reality. Do you gamble?
No.
Then you won't understand. Belcito was the most beautiful hacienda in the land.
You can always bet your pharmacy. You have a lovely daughter, though. Belcito against your daughter. It's a honest offer.
All eyes on him. He couldn't think. He just stared at his cards without touching them. The Count came to get me first thing next morning. And then he did something so unexpected. He waited until I was 14. And then he married me. I gave him 3 sons.
Yes?
Could we please have some tea?
Of course. Right away.
Men are so hard to understand. The Count had only seen me once before that day. And he asked someone there, "Who is that girl?" And they told him.
I'm sorry. You have an odd way of speaking about this. As if it didn't matter to you.
On the contrary, everything matters. Too much. I feel nostalgic about everything that has happened to me.
Thank you.
Is it true that they call you Tito? Did you ever meet my father before that day?
I know who he was.
Is it true that you were the first one to shoot him? What do you remember? Do you remember?
I have done nothing else for a long time. But remember everything. At first, obviously, I didn't say anything because I was afraid. But time passed, and no one thought about the war anymore. However, at a certain point, we learned that Roca's daughter was alive. She was hidden in some village in the south. I didn't know what to think. It seemed incredible that she had come out of that inferno alive. But with children, you can never say. So finally, someone saw the girl and swore it was really her. So I realized I would never be free of that day. Neither I nor the others. Naturally, I began to ask myself what she might have seen and heard. And if she could remember my face. Who knows what happens in the mind of a child confronted by something like that? Adults have a memory and a sense of justice, and often a taste for revenge, but a child. I convinced myself that nothing would happen. Then, Salinas died. In that strange way. It came out something was off with his medication. It might have been a coincidence, but it certainly was odd. Everyone was persuaded that the child knew something, that she had something to do with it. It's hard to understand now, but those were strange times. The country was going forward beyond the war at an incredible speed. But there was a whole world that had never emerged from that war and was not able to fit in with that happy land. I was one of those. We all were.
For us, nothing had ended. And that child was a danger. So it was decided that somehow the child should be eliminated. It seems to be madness. But in all reality, it was all very logical. She had to be eliminated. And they charged the Count to do it. Yeah. The Count of Torrelavit. He was a man who had been a double agent for the entire war. He worked for them, but he was one of us. He came to Uribe and asked him if he would rather spend his life in jail for the murder of Salinas or vanish into nothing and leave the kid with him. Uribe was a coward. He left the child to the Count. And fled. He died 10 years later in a godforsaken village on the other side of the border. He left a note saying he had done nothing and that God would follow his enemies to the gates of hell. Everyone expected that the Count would have her killed. But he didn't. He kept her with him in his home. And then finally he said, "Don't worry about the girl. For months, no one talked about anything else around there. Then later on, everyone forgot about it. She grew up and bore the Count 3 sons. No one ever saw her around. They call her Doña Sol. Doña Sol. Something odd was said about her. But she didn't speak. No one ever heard her say a word. They thought it was an illness. Without knowing why. People were afraid of her.
Excuse me. May I get you anything for dinner?
I'm not hungry, thank you.
Please let me invite you.
I'm really not hungry. Thank you.
We'll have dessert, please.
My pleasure.
It's a nice place.
Yes, it is.
Did your friends tell you all those stories?
Yes,
And you believe them?
yes.
Tell me the rest.
What's the point?
Do it, please.
It's not my story. It's yours. You know it better than I do.
But I want to hear it from you.
Many years had passed. I was able to sleep at night. And around me, there were people who didn't call me Tito. I didn't even remember the train ride. Moving with feeling, without thinking.
Señor.
He offered me a drink. I asked if he remembered me. He knew who I was. I wanted to ask. I wanted to know. We spoke a little about work and even politics. And then I mentioned you.
Thanks for coming.
I understood. Then I stood up and left. He had a young boy take me to the station. I remember because he couldn't have been more than 14, yet they let him drive the car.
Carlos. My eldest son, Carlos.
Before I left Belcito, as I was walking down the long hallway, with all those closed doors, I thought somewhere in this house, you were there. I would have liked to have seen you. I would have nothing to say to you, but I would have liked to see your face. After so many years. For a second, I was absolutely certain that you would come out of there and pass by me without saying a word. That didn't happen. Because life is never complete. There's always a piece missing.
People look at us sitting here, together. They could think you're my brother. Maybe they wonder if we're lovers. Or perhaps they just think we're a normal couple. What else do you know about me?
Some 10 years later, the Count died in a car accident. And you were left with the 3 kids, Belcito and everything. But the relatives didn't like it. So they said you were mad. And you couldn't be left alone with the 3 boys. So finally they took the case to court. And the judge concluded that they were right. They took you away from Belcito. And they handed you over to the doctors at a sanitarium in Santander. Is that right? A couple of years later, you escaped. And disappeared. I looked for you for a while, but then they stopped. They were convinced you were dead. A lot of crazy people disappear.
Do you have children?
No.
Why?
One has to have faith in the world to have children.
Must be nice to be able to make choices like that.
Those years I was still working in a factory up in the north, I thought nothing. It struck me, that business about your going mad. And I was wondering what sort of madness it was. Maybe you were just wandering around that place, screaming, or maybe just sitting there, silent in a corner. Maybe holding a piece of rope in your hands or the head of a robin. The idea one has of crazy people is ludicrous.
Yes.
If one doesn't know them. Four years later, Jorge died. He was found shot in the back, in front of his stable. They found a note with the name of a woman written on it. Yours. From that day, I began to expect you. I knew nothing would stop you, and that you would come to see me as well. I know you wouldn't shoot me in the back or send someone to kill me who didn't even know me. You would come and look me in the face. Maybe talk to me a little. Because it was me who opened that trap door that day and then closed it. And you will never forget it. I have kept this secret my whole life. Look at these. I earned my right to be sitting here with you.
Uribe picked up the count's cards and then let them slid through his fingers slowly, revealing them one by one. Then he got up and said goodbye to the company politely. Nobody laughed. No one said a word. Uribe didn't realize in that moment what he was losing, but he certainly realized what he was not winning. I wasn't worth much to him. Now you tell me. How is this story less true than the story you tell? My father was a wonderful father. He was a wonderful man, whether you believe it or not. Why should my truth be less true than your story? You know, I know everything that happened that day. And I remember so little. I heard something. But what I heard was so absurd. It was like a dream. It all vanished in that fire. But this is what I know. You came into my house. You fired at my father. Then Salinas shot him. Then finally, El Gurre stuck the machine gun in my father's mouth and blew his head off. How do I know this?
Quítame la vida.
El Gurre told me. He enjoyed bragging about it. He was an animal. You all were. Men are all animals at war.
Stop it.
How can God forgive you?
Stop it.
Look at you, look at yourself. You seem like a normal man with your worn out coat. And when you take your glasses off, you fold them carefully into their brown case. The curtains of your kiosk are clean. And when you're gonna cross the street, you carefully look to the right and left, like a normal man. Yet you saw my brother die for no reason. Just a child. A burst of gunpowder. And he was gone. And you stood there, and you did nothing. You were 17, you were not a crippled man. You let that happen because that happened. That was not some feverish nightmare. Please, can you explain to me how can that be possible?
We were fighting a war.
What war? The war was over.
No, you didn't know anything.
Then tell me what I don't know.
We believed in a better world.
What? What does that mean?
A just world. Where the weak don't have to suffer for the evil of the others. Where everybody has the right to happiness.
And you believe that?
Of course I believed it. We all believed it. We had to do it, and we knew how. Does that sound strange to you?
Yes.
Well, we knew, and we did it. You can't sow without plowing first. You have to break up the earth. Can't dream of a better world and think that it will be delivered to you just because you asked for it. You have to fight for it. But once you understood that, it no longer made any difference if there were children or women or old people. We knew that however great the price, the reward would be immense, Because we were not fighting for money, or a field to work, or a flag. We were doing it for a better world. We were restoring to millions of men a decent life and the possibility of happiness, of living and dying with dignity. What is a boy dying against a wall, or 10 boys, or 100? Millions of other children were waiting for us to do it, and we did.
Do you really believe this?
Why shouldn't I?
Because you won the war. And does this seem like a better world to you?
I never asked myself that.
That's not true. You've asked yourself this question 1,000 times. You're just afraid of the answer. Just as you've asked yourself 1,000 times, what were you doing in my house that day? Killing a man in cold blood. A man who you had never even met before. How come he didn't get the right to a trial? Because you had already started murdering. And you just were incapable to stop. And all this time, this better world is spinning in your head so that you don't have to think about all the other people you've murdered. Revenge. That's why you kill. That's why we all kill.
It's not true.
There shouldn't be any shame in it. Because it's the only drug for the pain. It's the only one thing that can keep you from going mad. It's the drug that allows us to fight. But did it free you? No. It burned your life. It filled you with ghosts. You no longer even remember what life is.
What do you know about it?
Right? I'm just a crazy woman who doesn't know anything about life. A child who doesn't understand anything.
You don't understand. I'm too tired to explain anything to you. Do whatever you have to do. Just leave me in peace.
When I saw the trapdoor lift, I felt the light and I turned. And I saw your face as a young boy. Somehow, it felt natural. I liked it, that it was that boy who came to get me. But then you closed the door. The darkness that returned. The sound of the footsteps of the boy growing distant. I felt lost. And that horror never left me. From that moment on, all I ever wished for was for that boy to come back for me. Pick a hotel. Pick one that you like, that is quiet. However incomprehensible life is, we move through it with a single desire to return to the hell that created us. Nothing is stronger than the instinct to return to where they broke us and to replicate that moment forever, but suddenly merciful and without blood.